Good morning. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for another day, and thank you for your goodness and your kindness and your grace and your mercy, and thank you for all of your provisions, and thank you for all of your blessings. Thank you for family and for friends, and I just pray that you would help me to be grateful for every little bit of money that I can pull into the market, out of the market today. Please help me and those who are trading to be disciplined, to be strong and follow systems, and help us to execute good trades in the market today. Amen. All right. Well, there was a couple of orange folders during the London session. And we've got ADP Weekly Employment Change, which is just a yellow folder. And then Bank of Canada Governor Malcolm speaks on the CAD, 925. Flash Manufacturing at 945. And that's pretty much it for any high impact. Hey, good morning, David. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. I'm like dragging this morning. Trying to get going here. Just take the trade history off. Get rid of that. Oh, one object. All right. So here we are in the daily. Last week, midweek, we had this big push down into the start of this week. We've just been holding in the lower end of this level right here, and it seems that this morning we have broken it. Oh, just sitting right on that tiny little, that level way back there. We're talking about it like a year of consolidation here. And when is that? July 31st. July 31st was that pivot. And we're just sitting right on. I think we may have even just broken it. Yeah, we did. We did just barely break it. But that's interesting. We're currently breaking a year's worth of consolidation right now. Kind of a big spot on the euro dollar. So we're going to see if that can hold, but probably going to be on the short side with that. And here is the hourly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Tokyo through here, and then pretty much Brussels and London open. It popped up, fake everybody out to the upside, and then just kept trending down. So here's that false break to the upside. See how big that was. 20 pip run up, and then just got smashed back down. And then held lower through here, and then just got another solid push. Relaying, popping back up right now. So we'll go down to the 1 minute. I'm gonna get a trade in here. This is exactly where I would want to start shorting. I'm gonna just take that off. Get into a short there. That is 10 pips up. A little bit more than 10 pips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop out. It's a decent game plan, so just a little bit bottom heavy. Trying to decide whether I would space this out maybe a little bit better. It's a little bottom heavy, but it's also super strong to the downside, so I'm gonna just let that happen just like that. Got a good gap between here and here where the heavy layers will be, so that's good. I don't think it would have to be a pretty big extension to the downside in order for me to start playing the long side today, because we're breaking that very important level right now. All right. How's it going with you, David? Just gonna lock that one in. Got 2 pip, or that's already a double. That's like, I'm gonna, my cat. I'm gonna just take this profit here. Just 1 sec. I gotta let my needy cat inside the office. We were away over the weekend, and this guy is just losing his mind that we're back, which is so funny. he does not like being alone. All right. Kind of nervous though. Not sure how to enter the trade on the trading view for this new challenge. Yeah, he's just like a child. Just trade micro lots then. Just put in just start with some micro lots and then. But I get that because I don't even know. I don't even understand how you. You said you're going through a Wanda. Wow, that leg really pushed back down. Holy cow. Almost 8 pips. I'm going to just go. Oh, no, don't go long. Just be patient. If it gets right to the bottom, I'll go long down there. But, yeah, I don't know how it is that you're going through a Wanda and trading view, so, but maybe just start with micro lots and you should be fine. Figure it out with some micro lots, and once you get the hang of it, you can just size it up. And if you've made any mistakes with the micro lots, all you need is like one good trade and you'll fix it. You gotta come up here again? Hey, come on. Okay, on any push back up, I'm gonna get back into the short. Come up. What's going on the yen? Oh, not nearly the same thing. $26 pip run up. $13 pips back. I like this kind of trading though. This just good back and forth. Like through here, this was ideal for the way that I'm trading. This stuff in here. $45 pips down. And then 28 pips back up. Then 18, 19 pips back down. Yeah, that was good. Okay, we hit that target. This thing's still going down. I'm gonna go long here. Hopefully this doesn't bite me. I just have to figure out the levels as we go down. Just make sure they're 4 or 5 pips away from each other, and then the levels should work out. But it is an outside range on the daily as we go down here, so it could have a big lofty push down. As long as we're aware of that, then should be able to trade out of it, trade through it. So we've now had, from pivot high to pivot low, we've had a 11 pip run down, and we're just starting to get in. So as that keeps extending, if it continues to extend down, we'll be able to find more spots to add layers in and maneuver out of any loss. We should be able to. Okay, that target is actually right. It's a little bit. I'm gonna just take that profit right there because it's bumping right into these. I'm also gonna, as soon as it pops back up, I'm gonna go short again. Yeah, that candle is just running right up into that level, and my target was just a little bit above that spot. So I did not want it to, I did not want it to miss it. Yeah, it didn't break it yet. All right, I'm gonna throw a short in there. And then the levels on the short side are just gonna have to shift down a little bit, which is fine. So this is gonna be the last level. And then, yeah, that's, okay, gonna have to take that take profit off just in case it keeps running, because it might just keep running now. So I'll just let that run. And if it pops back up, we'll just get into some more shorts. I want it to go against me now because I think all that downward pressure is getting into the outside range. And it's moving into free-flowing territory to the short side. And so I want to be heavy with trade into the short side. So ideally we get like a snap back up with the bulls trying to save it, and then I'd just be short like crazy all over that. And then hopefully the bears would come in and smash it back down and then carry it through for another, maybe a daily ATR. So what does that look like on the daily? So the daily candle has currently run from that pivot to here. We're at 50 pips already, 53 pips. So we could easily do another 20 to hit a daily ATR, but today could easily be a double ATR or ADR. Yeah, it could be. But another 20 pips should be no problem. But we could do another 50, 70 on top of that. Possibility. Never know, though. Just go by those averages. Yeah, I don't think that market would have hit my take profit. On that bull side, so it might have just been just a good call to take that profit before that target on that one. So if it pops back under that level, definitely want to be short on there. Get into a couple trades. I would even consider over allocating a little bit, but it would have to snap up fast. If it snapped up really quick, I would over allocate and be a little bit heavier on the downside, and then be lighter up here to still make my risk work. But it would have to be a very snappy run up, pop up for me to do that. Okay, so that bull target would have got hit there. Getting ready to short on this one. And just any little bit more, I'll get into one of the two. One there. Second one if it pushes up a little bit more. Then we'll get into 4 trades up here. Then into 8 here, then into 16 here. And then 32 on that level that we can't see, just right here. 32 all the way up here. And then with one price cycle back, we can get into profits or break even. At any point in time on one of those levels with one price cycle back, we can get into at least break even. Okay, second trade on the second layer. Should be some big institutional bears ready to short on this thing. At some point, even if it doesn't, continue going down, there should be some aggressive shorting because we broke that year's worth of consolidation already. We broke it on this down move right in here. So there should be some institutional interest in seeing if it will keep going down. But we could just get a whipsaw right back up. And if it did, that would also probably be a gnarly move back up. I don't know. TMO's got that 20% off now too. It's a pretty good deal. I got this account before that 20% off was there last week, I think, anyway. Okay, got this tiny little contraction phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of totally dead movement. One and a half pips of movement through here for over the past 5 minutes. That's super tight. Get a move here. Which side are we going to get? Looks like we're trying to break the downside of this tiny consolidation. It should break here, or at least any minute, with how tight that is at this time of day. Yen broke to the downside of my range, indicating a bearish pressure, waiting for the retest of range for confirming possible reversal. Prices in a 3-month resistance zone. You can't use TradingView for the challenge. Awanda doesn't offer trading my pair. I'm going to try getting things squared away, so no live trades today. Okay. So I'm a little confused. I can't use TradingView for the challenge. But Awanda doesn't offer the trading pair. So are you trying to use TradingView as the platform to execute trades? This is an FTMO challenge, though. All right, we got a break to the downside. An attempt right back up and a push right back down. And it is just riding this rail. Right through here. So we'll see if we can get it to push back up. If it does, it should be able to have a bit more of an up leg. If it can push and break that little trend, that would give us kind of like a bit of not a clean inverted head and shoulders, but it would be kind of a head and shoulders there to run back up for a bit. That will give me an opportunity to load in heavier to the short side. It's a pretty important area right here. If it's going to break up, gives those bulls an opportunity to try and save this pair for a little bit. To save the euro. Otherwise, there's a good chance we're going to continue down. And at some point, whether it's here or even if it pulls back up here, we should get pretty strong down push. It's looking like we might get an up leg first. Just starting to break that rail right there now. And we're getting that inverted head and shoulders coming in. We'll see if it can do it. Okay, we've got a pivot here. We've got a potential shoulder, so it's got to go up right in these next couple minutes if it's going to be able to pull off this inverse head and shoulders here. It's got to go in the next couple minutes. Otherwise, that trade starts to expire and fall apart. So it's a pretty critical spot right in here. Let's see who's going to take it. Whatever happens next should be a pretty good leg, pretty sizable leg. And we're coming up to the top of the hour in a few minutes also, which is a good time for a leg. Okay, coming up to right onto the top of the hour, and where it seems like that inverted head and shoulders is expiring, so I'm leaning towards this following through to the downside now. Wow, another attempt down, and it's popping right back up again. All right, this consolidation is still holding together, meaning that whenever this leg comes in, whichever direction, it should be pretty big, or at least fairly strong. I'm starting to feel like I want to add into my short position because it had that opportunity to make its up leg and it didn't really take it. So I'm going to over allocate a little bit on this level. I'm going to turn this into a third level value, which is 4 trades. So I'm going to make this one 4 trades. If it pops up a bit more, I'll get into one more. Then this level will be 8, then this level will be 16, then this level will be 32. Right there. Okay, so now that's in 4 trades here. And the stop out will be right here. So I'm compressing my game plan a little bit because I'm feeling with good conviction to the short side. So it's just one layer shorter than usual. So I've still got lots of opportunities to wobble and maneuver out of that. 4, 8, 16, 32, and then stop out here. I'm just wanting to be a little bit heavier because the amount of time that it's spending down here. And it's funny, as soon as I'm saying that, it's starting to make its leg up. So this could also end up being hitting a max loss if it just runs up and hits that. Okay, I'm going to start getting into that layer of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want to try and take these trades as it's pushing up. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, starting to get a little bit of a turn. So I've got 4 more trades I can add into this layer. All right, getting to turn back down now. Didn't quite get into the 8 that I was able to just yet anyway. That's just fine though. The purpose of getting in, shrinking the layers, was to be able to get into a few more orders here because of the conviction to the downside. So even if I don't get into the full 8, it still gave me an opportunity to get into a little bit bigger size, which is the purpose. Okay, so the trade is in just entering the positive territory as this leg comes down. But the point of this is also to hold for the next down leg. So if this runs all the way straight back down to here, we might have to just start taking some profits, because that would be a 11, 10, 11, 12 pip run back down. So not an ideal spot for the market to continue heading down at that point. So we'll see how it gets there. If it just keeps building slowly, then we can hold on to it. If it goes down kind of quickly, we'll need to just take profits. So this is going to be around the break-even mark. So as the 5-minute candles close, my role is to find the spot where I'm in profits and can secure the trade at a break-even. So it will be somewhere around here, but we're going to need some more time before that can get secured in. So I'm just looking at this level to see if it can get here and how it gets here. All right, let's look at the 5-minute chart here. Okay, I want to see how this candle closes. If it can close down below here, then I'm going to keep holding. If it pops back up, I'll probably just need to take some profit on this whole position. Okay, it closed and held the very low. So that's a good sign to hold. And I could secure the whole position right here, but it's not giving me much breathing room to be able to keep holding. 3 pips. Oh, okay, there we go. So I'm going to secure that now because we just got another extension down. I'm actually going to take profits on the bottom one and get that one out of the way. Take another one, and now I'm going to secure the whole position. Those couple trades were to buy this security here. Just like that. All right, so now that entire position is secured. So if it pops back up, it will actually just make a little bit of profit. If it can continue down, which I don't really like it so much after it's had this run down. It's now run down 10 pips. So it's not an ideal place for it to continue down to make another leg lower. It's more ideal for it to turn and pivot back up. So I might take a little bit more profit while I've got it. But I've got to hold some though to see if it can break down. Okay, it's starting to make a turn. So it's had a strong price cycle down. It's not ideal for it to continue going down. It's more of an opportunity for it to have a leg back up here and then potentially go down from there. Okay, see if these little candles can hold the market down. Oh, looks like we're gonna get tapped out for maybe $8 to $10. Maybe about $8 if we hit that stop loss. I'm going to just leave this one on. I'm going to take that stop loss and move that here. I want to keep that one there. So took some profits on that. And then we got 2 trades that are just barely hanging on. It's a chore to change things over. I don't even quite understand what you're doing, but I'm really interested because I don't know. I'm not familiar with what it is you're doing, so I'd like to see how it goes. All right, took profits again. I'm gonna get into this in a first layer. Okay, so I'm gonna erase all this, the objects list, and start over. Start completely over. I'm gonna put in a short right here. For that layer. And that will be the second layer. Move this one back up here. Okay, and then third layer here. Fourth layer. And then fifth layer there. And then there's the 1.142, so that's a pretty good spot to be stopping out. So that was pretty good, taking profits on that leg down. It was not an ideal spot for it to continue going down, and now if we can create more consolidation, it'll have another opportunity probably to go and see if it can break down, but that was not the spot. So it was good to take profit, and we're ahead now. And we left the opportunity open there for the market to keep going down if it wanted to, but it revealed its cards and it didn't want to go just yet. So see if it gets another opportunity here. If it does, if it starts creating another lower pivot, we've got this level that it will probably want to come back down and try and break again. Or this could run up pretty good from here. This could be like a bottoming pattern, and then we see another leg up. We'll see. I'm thinking that we'll still have another shot lower at some point today to make an attempt to break down. So this is going to turn into 2 trades up here. grab that one right there. So now level 1 is there. Level 2 is here with 2 trades. So level 3 will be up here with 4 trades. I'm not making this one the 4 this time because this time it might have the shot up. So I'm not going to change my layers up like I did back over here. This time I'm going to do it just my regular way. And then I'm just checking. We had some news, right, that was coming up. $9:45 flash manufacturing. So in 20 minutes. If that's positive for the dollar, there's a good chance we'll get a leg down and try and break these lows. And I want to hold because I'm thinking we're going to get a pretty good leg down. So I could have just taken some profit there. We are still in consolidation for the moment, but I'm quite confident that we're going to try and get a break. At least an attempt to break these lows. You getting things figured out, David? All right. This is now shaping up to come back down. So I'm going to stack this back up to, I'm going to add a second one in here. As we're starting to see 2 tops here. Just adding the one right there. I don't think I'm going to change this one into a level 4 just yet, or a 4 value. Okay. 15 minutes to the news. You got it moved to MetaTrader, but having a hard time logging in now. Oh, okay. Rather than executing on TradingView, is that what you're saying? You're moving over to MetaTrader? Okay. So that you can get back to being able to trade your dollar yen pair, right? Well, another attempt to go back up. Yeah, that's weird that you couldn't trade the dollar yen on Owanda. That's weird. All right, market. Well, we're getting some good back and forth here. Just broke those highs with that 1 minute candle. Just broke it. Popped over that one, popped over that, popped over that. And is it going to be like a little false break? Or are we going to head up here? If we create this bottom in here, this market could rip back up because it's such an important level. To hold that level back here would be a good and important thing for the euro. But we're just coiling up before the news too. "10 minutes to the news." All right, it seems like it's going to break up this time. So I'm going to get into my layer of 4 here, layer of 8, layer of 4, layer of 8, layer of 16. I don't really want to be in this if it goes above there. I'm going to make this one my layer of 4 in here. So I've got 2 down here, 4 here, 8, 16, 32, and then stop out. Okay, you're getting those bears coming back in right now. Not wanting to let that run up just at the moment. We've broken up. Now we're testing the break right here. See if we get a rejection or if we can close back down. If we get a bounce back up on that red line, it's a good chance we'll see a leg up to here. But if it can close back below that red line, then probably turning back down. And it's trying to turn back down right now. It's kind of an important spot. Okay, it's bouncing off that red line and turning back up. So now we should, good opportunity for it to come up to here and try these highs. It's a good and likely spot. That's where I'm going to fade into 8 positions, or a maximum of 8. So from that pivot there, need it to run up 9 or 10 pips. You can see there's more energy coming into the market. Got 5 minutes to the news. David's just entering short. Looks like you're getting kind of like a double top type thing going on. All right, as this runs up, I'm going to start fading slowly into that 8 trades. I'm going to start with 1, just any little push up, we'll just start with 1 in here. one more little push up. We'll start. Just trying to be patient to wait, trying to grab the tops. Okay, I'll grab one here. And I'm going to slowly enter into another 7 as it goes up. Just a couple minutes to the news. One more minute to the news. Flash manufacturing, PMI. Now, if it shoots down too quick and it gets into these lows really quickly, I'll probably just take profit. If it shoots up, I've got my layers above all ready to go. So I'm not guessing when it shoots up on me. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I've got 7 more in this layer. If it's popping up. It is positive on the dollar. Just only a little, but positive. So it's kind of leaning in towards my short position on the euro dollar. All right, not really doing anything for the trade just yet. Got a little shoulder here. We've got a head here. We could see a potential little shoulder come in. Or I'm fine if it pops up here. I can get into a bigger size. Seven more trades. Okay, a little rejection candle in 1 minute. We could see that little head and shoulders come in now with that rejection there. we've got a little neckline in here. That would make a good turn. And David's short on the dollar yen. Oh, 5-pip candle there during the news. Pretty indecisive at the moment. It's kind of got this level it's going to have to bust through now to go down, which it could. That little shoulder starting to shape up on the euro dollar. So I just need the market to come down to about here for me to be in profits, which is good. I don't need much. But if this can trigger in here, then it's going to give me more confidence to hold back down into these levels somewhere down here. So it should be pretty good shape to earn profits. If this little thing can trigger, this little head and shoulders, this level should be really easy to get to. Probably would close some of the position if it was going down there. If it just shot down too quickly, I would close some of this, especially if it shot down here quickly, which I don't think it's going to. If we get a similar build down in the way that it was built up, probably we'll try and keep holding. Because at some point I want to be holding a short position for another attempt to break lower. Okay, just starting to trigger that neckline on the head and shoulders. See if it can hold. I guess you could draw this neckline. Well, it's kind of hard to draw. You could leave it on an angle, or you could maybe make it a straight line. Right in here now. And we've got a 1 minute bar close, body close. If we can get past this red line, we've got 2 red lines here now. The trigger of the pattern was on this line, but that big level that's holding back here is this red line. So if we can hold through that, then we've got a really good trigger to keep going down. Just starting to try it now, and we've got a body close below the red line. So that's a good trigger. Shorts should start to come through now. And another body close lower. Even stronger trigger. See what the 5-minute chart looks like. And that last 5-minute bar was a really strong signal. It closed in a strong way below that red line, so we've definitely made a strong turn back down and moving into profits now. As this extends down, I'll just take little losses on these ones. Just take those off because this is now a price cycle. We've now run down almost 10 pips, so I don't want my trades sitting at the very bottom of a price cycle. If it pops back up, I could put them back on, but I just don't want them sitting right at the very bottom of a price cycle. So to mitigate risk, just take those ones off. And I can just take a little profit just to pay for those losses too. And then just let the rest of this ride. If this can make it all the way down here, I'll probably be taking off these 3 trades for profit. And I might just hold on to the one that could potentially turn into a much longer term trade. But I do expect to see another bounce back up here, so I don't really want to sit through that with those trades. I want to take some profit, and then I'll get back into more shorts if it bumps back up. So something like this, maybe. It could turn right here, though, too. So as this, we're coming right up to the top of the hour, we've got a minute and change left, but as that candle closes, that 5-minute bar, then my rule is to secure that, so I put all my stop losses behind this candle. And then every consecutive candle after that, keep bringing my stop losses behind those 5-minute bars on the close. Just under a minute. I'm going to start moving them down now. That's good enough. I don't really want that trade to turn into a loss at this point. 2, 3. I'm going to give this one extra one a little bit more room. No, I'm not going to. Just keep them all there. All right, candle close. And all my take profits are now sitting behind that candle. So if this pops back up, well, for the sake of this session, I don't think I'm going to add more risk at the moment. We're 2 hours into this live. But I would add more shorts on the pop-up. Oh, that's fine. I can still demonstrate it. This whole position is just going to keep getting moved down behind the 5-minute candles. And then I'll just start another position and pretty much forget about that one. As long as it's locked in behind the 5-minute bars, that's all that needs to happen for that. And I can trade into a new position without thinking about what's going on with that position, because it'll be a risk-free situation. So I'm going to get into a position here. Short. Let's pop up, and I'll get into 2 up here, and then back into 4 up here. But this is an all new position now. I'm not I'm not worried about the other one. The other one will stop out and profit, or it will keep going down and make some more profit. Wow. I'm going to bring the stop loss on that one to a profitable position also. I'm going to just take profits on that one because that was a pretty good price cycle down. So now if it comes back up, I can add back in. And we got another 5-minute bar close, so let's go look at that. So now these stop losses can get moved down to this bar. We're securing more profits. 2, 3, 4, and that's now secured. So now if the market pops up, I'll continue to keep shorting and I'll add a new position back in. Okay, and get ready to add back into this short if it pops up a bit. So we're back up in here. At the moment, it's not quite letting me back in. Okay, we just got a new 5-minute bar close, but it's not going to give me really much of space for this room for this to breathe, so I could probably, let's just see how much space it has here. 2 pips. We'll bring it down a little bit more then. Wait, where is that? 906. You know what? I'm going to leave that there, because that level is right at the 1.39. So I want to just let this breathe in here. If it hits that, that's fine, but I want to just give it this breathing room to work in here. Wow, is it gonna break all the way from up there? We're trying the lows. Like, so now this is a good place for the market to turn, because now we've had a run all the way from up here all the way down to here. We're at 15 pips. It's not an ideal spot for the market to continue breaking down. It's an ideal spot for the market to pivot back up. Doesn't mean it won't stop. It could keep going. I'm expecting these lows to get tried at some point, and we're just doing that now. Just taking those off so I can see what I'm doing here. Let's see what happens with the market. I'm still getting ready to short if it pops up again. About to close another 5-minute bar and create a 15-minute candle close. So we'll look at both of those in just a few seconds. Wow. Another push lower, that 1-minute bar closing below all these lows here. Super strong. Look at the 5-minute. So now we'll secure more down to here now. Secure more profits on that trade. Let's look at that 15-minute bar. So I just moved it down from that 15-minute bar is where I had them, which was kind of a really good spot. Look at this market just pushing. I thought these lows would have a test, so here we are. We're testing it now. It's a good test. And the market has now extended from pivot high all the way down to here. We're at 17 pips. So it's an ideal spot for the market to pivot back up. Here's a great spot for it to turn and pivot. So I'm going to take some profit right here on one of those. Just going to let the other 3 sit now. Just in case if it decides it wants to just keep pushing down, it could. It's just not likely. It's more probable for the market to pivot back up than it is for it to continue just heading down. But we'll just keep securing behind the 5-minute bars. Let's see what happens. Doesn't hurt taking profit along the way, though. Just going to pull up the history. Got a bunch of really good trades in here. Very few losses today. Wow, and here we go. We're breaking lower right now. Huh. Just driving down. Running into that 1.138 level. Watching those numbers there, we hit the 1.138, and we're hitting it. We're running into it right now. I don't think there's anything holding this thing up anymore, though. Yeah, we've cleared through that pivot now. We're beyond those pivots. So I'm saying right now we're in an outside range on the daily chart. And we should see a lot of interest come into the short side. It's been a year since we've done this now. Could still pivot back up though. That's a good price cycle down. Now we've run from pivot high all the way to pivot low. We've now run 20 pips. So it's a good place for it to have a pivot back up. It's not an ideal spot for it to keep heading down. Okay, we got another 5-minute bar close. Let's see where that lands. Secure these more. That would be a great trigger for this market to pivot back up. And what happened to the dollar yen? It's been grinding back up. So from its pivot low to its pivot high, it's now been 13 pips. So not as much movement on the dollar yen. It's kind of floated back up 13 pips. And we're at another resistance point right now. But could be potentially creating this double bottom in here. But you never know. It also could create a double top right here. So 13 pip leg from here to here. And on the euro dollar, we've run, oh wow, it's still driving down. That's wild. That is wild. Look at that. That's that outside range. That's the big money play coming in now. So now on the 1-minute chart, on the euro dollar from pivot high, we're currently at 24 pips. Okay, so I want to be in this in the longer term. Well, especially I want to just save that position. That's a really good spot to hold. That could be a pivot point for the next day, 2 or 3 even. So I probably, if it will let me, I'm going to hold it for a while. And I'm going to add shorts in as this market rallies back up. I'm going to be shorting that. But I think I might call it a session for today. Maybe we'll give it to the half-hour mark, and we'll just see what happens. Another 6 minutes or so. Let's see how this plays out. So where's the next stopping point then? On the euro. I'm going to just erase everything here. Objects list. Just erase everything. Are we going all the way down here? 1.11. There's a spot. There should be another spot before then. 1.13. The 1.13 would be a decent spot with a bunch of support lining up in there. Those bodies. So that would be a 1.13 would be a good spot to get to. It could just pivot and turn back up here though. I don't know. I don't know. It's an outside range. It can just go, it could just keep going, unless we get a bunch of bulls come back in and rally this thing back up into here, and we get a bottoming pattern, and then the euro kind of gets saved, which could happen easily. I don't know. Nobody knows. So let's secure some more profit behind that 5-minute bar. Just like that. Oh no, you know what? I don't want to do that one yet. I want to still hold this position. I'm going to secure these behind 15-minute bars now. I could see this market rallying back up into these levels. So I want to hold this one at 15-minute bars. Yeah, so we'll see how that one can close, and probably just keep those there. Yeah, so that'll be the game plan. I'm going to leave that one there, because for me that'll be the point where if the market can rally back up through, then that euro's probably not going to run much further down today. It might have the opportunity to save itself, but if it can stay below there, then it's got a good chance of continuing down. So that's the mark for me. So I'll just leave it there. We'll see what happens. We can take it back up tomorrow, have a look how these played out, and how those levels were just like really critical in setting that trade up. David closed early at 50% range on the yen. So trying to keep a smaller loss on that one. All right, I guess tomorrow we'll see if this thing can keep running down, or if the euro's gonna give a strong push back up and hold that level. There's only one way to find out, though. It's just wait and see. So we'll call that a day today, and see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining in, David, and thank you for anyone who comes in to watch later. If you find this valuable, please like and subscribe. It helps the algorithms for you and me, and I'll catch you tomorrow, same time, same place.